Hello, welcome to Don't Zip It with Dr. Zippy Okoth, and I am Dr. Zippy Okoth, your host and your channel presenter. I'd like us to talk about one thing that's very dear to our heart right now in September. Our children are going back to school. The ones who finished Form 4 last year are joining campus, some are joining colleges, some are joining technical institutions, and some are getting into apprenticeship. So what is my topic? My topic is looking at the relationship between studies and career. Do you need to study to be successful, or do you need to just be an apprentice to be lucky in life? A lot of parents keep asking, what my child is going to study right now in school, is it something profitable? Is it successful? Is it something that will make them be happier in life? But the very few parents talk about happy in life. Parents want to know, will their child make more money? Will their child be famous? And will their child just be successful in the eyes of the society? My answer always is, what does your child want to do? Because what you may look at as very profitable right now, as very successful right now, in 10 years down the line, it will not be the same thing. There was a time when studying medicine and being a doctor and being a lawyer and an engineer were the greatest things that could ever happen. They still are, but right now we have got many other careers that have come up because of technology. We have got computer engineers, we have got software engineers, we have got people making a career just from making apps. Then we have got the creatives like me here who are making a career just from creating content for you to watch, creating entertainment in the theater, in the cinemas, writing books, and in creating stuff that you can even watch on TV, and that is a career. And even in our career, there is costume and makeup. We have got artists who are drawing, like this has been done by Martin Musioka. That's an artist and is getting a living out of it. When you look at even the society, we have hotels that are always running. That is entrepreneurship, that is apprenticeship, and that one is something that can be studied in school. You can study hotel management, you can study catering, and you can study all these jobs that people never used to take as serious. So when we talk about school, that is studies and career, does going to school mean you'll be successful or lucky? That one is a 50-50 question. There is no guarantee. When somebody says, I wish you success in your exams, and when somebody talks about, best of luck in your exams, those are two totally different things. When somebody says, I wish you success, it means they are confident that you're going to pass those exams. When somebody says, best of luck in your exams, it means they are not so sure. And that is the same thing with education. Going to school in itself is like planting a seed of success in them. When you decide that you do not want them to go to school because you heard that there are people who did not go to school and they made it, then you are depending on what we call luck. And not everybody is lucky in this world. The reason why not everybody is lucky in this world is because you are never sure what your destiny is as a human being, and that's how life is. And so when you are not so sure, then anything that comes your way, you pick it. And so it might go 50-50. It might make you successful or not. So when we look at generally in life, the people who go to study something, whether it is through apprenticeship, like they go to a particular office and work under somebody for 2 or 3 years before they break on their own, or they go to an established institution and study something for 3 or 5 years, that in itself is a foundation that I believe everybody needs, and I believe that every parent needs to allow their child to have. Because in case anything happens, let me say they are retrenched from work, in case they get sick, and so their bosses find that they cannot be able to continue working, in case they went into business and then the business made it at first and then the business didn't work well after some years, what is their fallback plan? Anyone who went to school and anyone who at least was an apprentice of somebody, at least has a fallback plan. They can say, I learned this, why don't I try this? But if you just decide that you will just learn trial and error, then along the way you may lose hope. And as human beings, we try to hold on to the few people who have made it out of luck. But in life, those people are only 10%. Look at it from the raffle point of view. How many people win 1 million in the betting charts? Very few. It is 1 out of the 1 million. Like for every 1 million people who contribute 1 shilling, only one wins that 1 million. And that's how luck is. So as a parent, as a society, when people discuss and start talking about it is not important to go to school to study something, we are putting our future and our youth at a very risky level or at a very risky point of thought. Because we are making them believe that they can just sit and things will come their way. As humans, even generally even animals, people must pursue something. What are you pursuing? And what investment are you putting in it? Even a lion sees a gazelle somewhere and starts planning how it's going to catch that gazelle. As a human being, when you plan that you want to be a billionaire in future, millionaire or 1,000-near in future, what plans are you having? School is one of them. Being an apprentice is one of them. Saving, working through. What are your plans? So when you look at studies and career, what is the level of success if you go to school and the level of success if you don't go to school? We all know that most of the people who are successful, at least 80% went to school. And at least 20% of the billionaires who people keep quoting for you that did not go to school, I can assure you they went to school. Let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg. A lot of people say, oh, he made it without going to university. That guy made that invention as part of his student assignment at the university. So when you talk about this guy not going to university, what exactly are you trying to grasp on? The guy made that discovery in school. And the fact that he went to school, even if he did not graduate, made him socialize with a group of people whom he is able, up to the moment, to initiate into his projects and to initiate into ideas to make it bigger. So there can only be luck if you have wisdom. And wisdom was not given to everyone. A lot of people have to really work hard to tap into the wisdom that they got. But one thing that I believe really opens luck and success and becoming a millionaire or a billionaire in this world ever is one thing we call good attitude. If you have a good attitude, if you have a great attitude, if you have a positive attitude in everything that you do, it will open a lot of doors to you. Because this is what good attitude does. Good attitude makes you teachable. Good attitude makes you eager to learn. Good attitude allows you to interact with the people and be able to tap into their positive energies. And when you have a good attitude, it means you can work with anyone, anywhere. So when you go to school to be able to study and you have a good attitude, then you will be able to create a network between you and other people who have got a more positive sync and energy. And when you leave school, then what is that to you? That is going to give you a network of people you can directly influence, people you can interact with, and people who are going to create you to open doors. But as a parent, would you rather your child does not go to school because you think that somebody else was lucky, or would you rather your child goes to school? For me, it's not an issue of whether they go to school or not. It's an issue of how many years do they go to school. Knowing your child very well. If you know there are people who cannot be able to go to university and study for 4 years, take them to a diploma college, and after 2 years, they can be able to start working under somebody else and then perhaps also work even under you as a parent and make it in life. But if you believe that they are patient, then let them go to the university and do what? And study for the 4 years. It is better to have somebody do a diploma and finish it in 2 years and get their papers and move in life than let them go to university and by second year they drop off, because people are created differently. And a lot of people will say, yes, the people who dropped off from university at second year are more successful than the ones who finished and graduated. It's 50-50. I teach at the university, and the number of students who graduate, let me say, if they join in first year as 100, by the time they're graduating, they're 70. 5 years down the line, I know that at least 40 of them are successful and are working in different scopes of careers. But then also there's this attitude like what you study is what you have to work in. It doesn't have to be. Some people, you can study something else and then you go and work in a totally different field. And it is okay, because one thing that education gives you is it empowers you to know how to interact. It empowers you to know how to do your research. It empowers you to know how to learn anything. It doesn't just have to be exactly what you trained in. When you go to school, look at it like an opportunity to empower you to be able to do anything else in the world. It's an opportunity to give you a vision for the future, an opportunity to allow you to interact with like-minded people. Look at education as an opportunity to give you your first customers in whichever market that you will indulge in. So as a parent, as a student, do you need to go to school to be successful? That's upon you. Do you need to sit at home to be successful and hopefully be lucky while playing a bet? That's upon you. Do you need to learn under somebody else to be successful? That's upon you to decide. But I believe education in form of school or apprenticeship is the key to success, and a good attitude beats it all. Oh, and that's all for today. See you next time as we talk about another way to tackle life, another way to zip it and unzip it. Let's speak our hearts, let's speak our minds, and bye-bye.